So it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, obviously. For those of you that have been here for a while, you'll notice that there's been some changes and this light just turned off. A small little update here, aside from what you just seen, me looking around confused, my power just went out as I'm recording this, so yeah, fun times. You finally start recording after a while and then you lose the power. So anyways, aside from these little strange segues here, I've started uploading to the other channel now as well. So just a quick little thing of that. It's got about 4 shorts up now. It's probably going to be a lot more as the months progress, because right now I'm doing a thing where there's a video each and every single day over there for a while. Yeah, and I lost my train of thought, so that's great. So a lot of things have happened over the past about, I would say, year and a half, a bit more than that, because my uploads went from every day to then a couple times a week, and then to a couple times a month, and then once a month, and well, here we are, where I took a hiatus of almost a year. So long story short, I'll give you the nitty gritty and spare you the details, unless you want that in a different video. But for the most part, as I did say in the community post, we're rebranding here. So not every video is going to be about me personally. Not every video is going to be about Bible-related topics. And not everything's going to be inspirational speeches. Because Lord knows that I'm not a motivational speaker. I can't motivate anybody to get up out of their chair and walk around and do something. That is not me. However, since the channel's being rebranded, there is something that I want to share with you guys. And that is basically the main premise of what we're going for. So Psalm 136, verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Forever. Well, yeah, you know what, we'll keep that in. Anyways, long story short, that is kind of where we're going with the channel, is give thanks to the Lord. I know there's a lot of people that aren't particularly spiritual, religious, have their own way of believing in things, whether you be agnostic, atheist, that sort of thing. It's not necessarily me going to be, actually it isn't at all, me going to be trying to make myself feel better about things and then pointing the finger at you. That's not at all what this is going to be about. And I do apologize that this seems a little more like a rambling video, but there is a reason for that. The reason being is I want to be straight up, honest, and forthcoming about this type of stuff, so that's what's going to be happening. And the nitty-gritty of the other details, sorry, I got sidetracked there, is long story short, I got married. I changed jobs, got married, and then had to go through the entire immigration process here in Canada. Which, if you don't know that, for trying to get somebody immigrated into the country via PR, it is difficult, to say the least. And I've had to do a lot of work along with my wife, and we had somebody that was helping us with this as well. There was a lot of work involved and thousands of documents and emails back and forth and the like. So it's not exactly easy, and the way that Canada's going currently with everything makes it very, very hard for a lot of people to do a lot of different things all at once, especially in terms of immigration, because you have people that are trying to get student visas, come as a visitor, or even those that are trying to come over with permanent residency or with citizenship. Now, citizenship is by far the hardest route to go, mainly because it's the hardest to get when you're out of the country. PR is starting to get that way. The main reason being is they're trying to pull back the amount of foreign nationals that are in the country. Now, there's a reason for it, and the government's not entirely truthful as to what that reason is. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that the people that come over that are on work visas, student visas, that sort of thing, a lot of them end up working these minimum wage jobs that normally would go to teenagers. Canada's run into an issue. People aren't giving birth. Teenagers don't want these low-income jobs because they're treated poorly, because a lot of these companies are massive corporations, for example, that will pay the students less because they actually get benefits off of that. Now, they may not outright say that, but that is actually happening behind the scenes for a lot of different companies. Hence why if you go anywheres on like Canadian YouTube channels that talk about politics and that sort of stuff, or even if you're just scrolling like social media about stuff about Canada, you're going to hear all these other names that are being used towards specific groups of people. Mostly right now, you see it towards Asian communities. And the reason why I'm saying Asian communities is because that's a broad spectrum, and that's where a lot of people take issue with. It's not specific just to Asia. It's also African areas as well that people are pointing at, that there's an issue that they're being used and abused as well via the system. But that's kind of the reason why this is a mess here. Now, there's a lot more to it. I'm just giving you the short cliff notes of one aspect of it. There's an entire economical aspect of it as well as a bunch of other stuff. I myself got my wife into the country. Not I myself. I'm going to pull back the reins on that. We got my wife into the country in just under a year, which is very difficult to do, especially when the bar keeps going here, 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 and here. And it's constantly bouncing up and down. Now, there's a lot of stress involved with this entire thing, especially when you're newly married and trying to bring somebody over. It's a pain because you have to solely rely on video calls and so much other stuff that it makes it hard to communicate at times, especially, for example, when you and your spouse are not exactly seeing eye to eye on specific topics. Makes it a lot harder because it's much easier to hang up a phone when you're upset with somebody than it is to have that difficult conversation. Other things in life have quite literally been traveling a lot, and I started coaching a wrestling team too. So there's that. As you may notice in my face, I have gained my weight back as well. So I'm not as slimmer as I was about 2 years ago. Because I did end up getting injured while I was working in the field for a job, because I still am working in construction, but I ended up getting injured at a job, sent my body for a tizzy, and then I ended up with an office job. Now, the office job is great. It has its own benefits and perks. It's not as physically active and or demanding as the other was. However, it still actually helps me in different ways, like keeping my mind sharp and keeping my eye on the proverbial ball, so to speak. Yeah, there's not really much else that I can add about that, other than I've been working a lot lately, which I don't know how long that's going to persist, but it could be a constant in my life for now. As for showing my wife on camera, that might come at a different date, but that's if she's ever okay with it, because I've never actually had that conversation with her. She's not here, and I don't know why I'm whispering. So, long story short, I'm sure one day you will see her here. I know I've posted videos of her already, so people have kind of already got an idea of what she looks like and the like. But yeah, as for doing a video with her, that might be something that happens. Who knows? I would have to have that conversation with her and see where the ball rolls with that one. But you can find her on TikTok. I'll eventually figure out whatever her TikTok handle was because I don't know it off the top of my head. And I'm sure I can post that in the descriptions of the videos that she's on. Because I think it's acen.mbabazi and then EVE. I think that's what the handle is. I'm not on TikTok, so I can't exactly resource a lot of information off of TikTok, unfortunately, because I refuse to use the site. I kind of avoid it like the plague, like the entire Roblox thing, you know, because that's something else that can be talked about on a different channel, not on this one. Only reason why I mention that is because there's a lot of dirty and nasty stuff that's going on there, and that's primarily a game for children. And a lot of adults are taking advantage of that, and it's not a good sign. By taking advantage, I mean child exploitation is happening there. But I'm not going to drivel on for too long because I want to keep this video under 15 minutes because no one wants to listen to me talk for that long. However, this is the first official video explaining kind of what's happened, and yeah, a lot of it actually had to do with the immigration stuff and me working, because that took a lot of time out of all of us, a lot of time, a lot of energy, and emotions were at an all-time high. But now, since she's actually in the country, it is nice when you actually get to spend time with the person and you don't have to be like, oh, well, can I call them or are they going to be asleep? Can I call them or is there going to be a power outage? Because, Lord knows, if you're from Uganda, you probably understand more than anything that the power could go out on a whim and then you're out with no cell service because there's no power for a couple of days. And then I go, oh, well, my phone's dead. So, of course, you're not going to get a hold of me. But the nice thing about Uganda is their society is very much, cash is still king there. Not everyone uses credit cards and that stuff. So for those of you that are viewers of the channel that are thinking about going to Uganda for a visit or just to experience what the country's like, it's a beautiful country. There's a lot of great things to see, like Murchison Falls is a great place to go. You could actually spend an entire month there and not see anything in Murchison Falls. Anything, everything. You couldn't see everything. Yep. That's post-editing. Fun. Wonderful. So, long story short, that's kind of where we're at now. And if you want to visit Uganda, it's a wonderful place to go. There's a lot of wonderful people there. And if you're ever looking for a place that's like brand new to you, different culture, and a lot of different things that you can experience, not just the food, not just the culture, but the scenery and like seeing the animals that you would only see on National Geographic or the BBC if you're British. Yeah, it's quite a wonderful and serene place to be. I know that I'll be going back, so you might have some more videos coming up within the next, let's say, 6 or 7 years here. But long story short, that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm going to tidy this up and wrap it up in a nice little bow here. So Psalm 136 verse 1, we'll go to, I believe, verse 5 here before we end this. O give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. O give thanks unto the Lord of gods, for his mercy endureth forever. O give thanks to the Lord of lords, for his mercy endureth forever. To him who alone doeth great wonders, for his mercy endureth forever. To him that is by wisdom made the heavens, for his mercy endureth forever. So if you're not having a great year, I hope it gets better for you sooner rather than later. Peace out, and I will see you all in the very next video. And I know this just went over 15, but it's okay, because we had fun, didn't we?